It has been a very long and memorable day for everyone who was up at dawn to see the royal wedding, but even more so for my guest tonight. Dr. Phil Budden is British Consul General to New England. He hosted a special wedding event this morning, and he is here now in his tux, as you see, as he heads on to the big Consul's Ball, which just happens to also be tonight. This is when all the diplomatic and consular folk, all of them from around Boston, get together once a year, I guess, right?
That's exactly right, Mike. There's about 50 of us consuls here in the Boston area, and it just happens that the ball this year falls on the day of the royal wedding.
Well, you have single-handedly elevated the sartorial aspects of NECN Business Night, so it's good to have you here. It was such a wonderful day, I think, for you. What does this mean, do you think, for your country culturally to have the royalty and the monarchy renewed in this way?
Sure. Well, it was a fabulous day today, and we were delighted to have Tom from NECN come over and cover our event and to see you there. It was wonderful to have all these eyes on Britain for this special royal wedding. It was a fabulous event, and many people watched it. But also, I think it celebrated the broader relationship between Britain and New England, which is a very deep historical relationship, but also one with huge contemporary economic ties as well.
Your nation was showcased today, obviously, for the wedding, but it's an opportunity, business-wise, for people around the world, here in New England, but around the world, to see the United Kingdom.
Definitely. I had a lot of people talking to me during the event and since about business opportunities. We had some British companies based right here in Boston on Newbury Street. We're doing special things in honor of the wedding, which was very exciting. But also we think there are going to be great economic opportunities going forwards between Britain and New England.
So it raises the visibility to have you on and to have your country on this kind of stage in much the same way when the Olympics happen a year from now.
Exactly.
It will be. All right, you were on the trip recently with the governor and many other people to go to London. Now that you've had the retrospect of looking back, what's the value that you see from that?
Sure. That's a good question, Mike. I think there was great value coming out of Governor Patrick's mission to the United Kingdom, and I commend the governor for leading that trade mission. 25 CEOs from some of Boston, New England's finest companies going to Britain. We had a couple of deals that were announced in the context of the visit itself, 50 jobs from Cambridge Consultants, for example. But as your business viewers will know, one takes time to decide what the right things to do, and we're very excited with the follow-up, talking to a lot of the businesses who are involved, talking about how they might now develop the links between Britain and New England.
Where are those links strongest?
The great thing with Britain and New England is we have real strength together in the technology sectors. So we both have biotech hubs, information technology is really important to both sides, and also clean tech. And another area that came through very clearly was financial services. Boston is a great financial services hub, and we see future links with the City of London.
Both of our countries obviously dealing with deficits right now and difficult budgets. UK has decided to go the route, quite famously, of austerity. We're printing more money, essentially. Looking at the first quarter, GDP, the United States was very weak. Britain's was even lower, I think 0.5% or something like that of growth. It was growth, but it was still very small. Do you feel in the long term that austerity is going to be the right thing for Great Britain?
Each nation needs to decide, Mike, what is the right point at which they decide to tackle this problem. My government has been very clear that it wants to balance the books and balance the budget, and they've taken some very courageous steps to do that. The flip side of the austerity budget, however, is the prosperity agenda. We need to help the private sector to grow. We need to do things like Governor Patrick's trade mission to encourage businesses to look at opportunities to develop, and that'll be one of the core duties of my consulate going forwards, to help business on both sides of the pond.
And going forward, next summer, July 27th, I think is when the Olympics begin. So what do you look for there in terms of, again, increasing visibility, awareness, opportunity in England, in Great Britain, in the UK overall, as far as business goes?
Well, we think the combination of the wedding today and the year leading up to the Olympics, as you say, Mike, is a great opportunity to raise the profile of Britain here in New England and to talk about the business opportunities. There are opportunities directly in the context of the Olympics. There are other opportunities in London, for example, the Tech City Initiative in East London. And we're going to use this year to build on the follow-up to the governor's mission and really help the private sector to prosper.
Have you been talking to any companies locally that are interested in doing work connected to the Olympics?
We have. We've been pointing them in that direction. It's going to be a very high-tech Olympics when we go over there. But there's also other companies that are expanding their business as well. For example, Zipcar, innovative company born right here in Massachusetts, is expanding its operations in the UK as well.
Well, it's going to be a great year. Today, a wonderful day. Phil Budden, Consul General in Boston for the UK. Thanks so much for being here, and good luck in the year ahead.
Thank you very much, Mike.